issues discussed during the validation of the draft development plan for Moyamba. The predominant amongst them was the constraints pregnant women and suckling mothers go through during childbirth. A member of the Health Support for Peace and Education, George Banga, said most women in the district deliver their babies on their way to the hospital or clinic, and some in his arms. Every year, the council sponsors the operation of over 200 inhabitants of Moyamba district. But the activists said that was not too pressing compared to the number of women that would benefit when the issue of maternal health is addressed. Considering the importance of the two, District Medical Officer Moyamba District advised the council to maintain the free surgery and find ways to incorporate maternal health. He said the rate of maternal health in the district was not that alarming, but blamed the bad road network for the constraints women were faced with.
The roads in Moyamba district in some of the areas are terrible. If you're going down to Shenge, which is Kagboro, currently the roads are cut, you cannot reach. So if you want to refer a woman, it will be very difficult to reach the same day. And that possibly puts some delay in arriving. People have to use motorbikes to transport pregnant women and children to be able to reach. So there is a problem of...
Authorities from the council promised to address the issue and ensured it was captured in the development plan. SLBC News, Sulaiman Babature reporting.
The health care for the aged has joined the world to celebrate old people with the theme Aging with Dignity, the importance of strengthening care and support systems for older Sierra Leoneans. The organization provided free medical checkups and food to over 200 old people at Kisidokiad. Our reporter Christiana Kama has more.
As October 1st is being set aside to commemorate the United Nations International Day of Old Persons worldwide, the Healthcare for the Aged organization joined hands to celebrate and raise awareness of the opportunities and challenges faced by aging population. As the country has no comprehensive healthcare service for old people, CEO Healthcare for the Aged organization Mohamed Ba thinks it was very particularly essential to provide free healthcare checkups for these old people. Senior Health Consultant, Healthcare for the Aged organization, Dr. Safa Smart, encouraged the young generation to care for the old population, stressing the fact that seniors are a vulnerable social group, constrained in both their movement and health, and some even require long-term care.
People just think that old age is something to fear or to frown at. It has its own disadvantages. But we want to rest assure people that even when let us take care of those that are old and make sure that at least they have worked, especially those that have worked for this nation, that all is not lost, and will continue to recognize them wherever we meet and see them in society.
Beneficiaries of the free food and free pressure and sugar checkups expressed their appreciation to the organization. They further highlighted challenges they are facing as old people in society.
Feel fine. Okay, so all I know say I feel fine. Now so me come being old people then, now so they feel fine for this organization. We call it this, and they can give it a meditation. Let God make you see, he let you put it, not put too much. And if you depose self, let God make it get possible to take care of you. If you not do that, always be any tin tank up you, who's at the end, napa wheat.
I feel fine. Let God bless you. Let Allah give you well body and long life. Let you will not get so. Poor people then are we bad. We tempt you, like you bad. My goodness and see. But we will not get. Almost o'clock, you know 8 o'clock now. This means we only foot only at me. But we travel no day. A run can. Una help me.
CEO of the Ontoni Organization for the Aged DOFA, Doreen Bai, described aging as a blessing from God and admonished older populations on the importance of celebrating them. She assured that they will continue to join forces in ensuring that older populations in Sierra Leone are well cared for. Healthcare for the Aged is an organization dedicated to providing free medical care, food and non-food items to vulnerable aged individuals living in slums and hard-to-reach areas in Sierra Leone. SLBC News in Freetown, Christiana Kamari reporting.
The National Elections Watch (NEW) is hosting a National Civil Society Conference on mobilizing the civil society towards genuine electoral reforms, peace, and national cohesion in Sierra Leone. The 2 days engagement is aimed at discussing the role of civil society in advancing the implementation of the recommendations put forward by the Cross-Party Committee on Electoral Reform. Ibrahim Samoa tells us more.
This National Civil Society Conference was an opportunity to build consensus on electoral reforms based on the recommendations put forward by the Cross-Party Committee on Electoral Systems and Management Bodies, known as the Tripartite Committee. Chairperson National Elections Watch Marcella Sambase said the gathering was not just to discuss the recommendations of the Tripartite Committee, but to build collective knowledge, deepen CSO's understanding, and design accountable strategies that would ensure the recommendations reforms secure future elections, peace, and national cohesion in the country.
In elections, reform, otherwise remodeling, is about instituting laws, rebuilding system, and ensuring practices that guarantees free, transparent, and credible elections.
Development partners from European Union, the UN family, NDI, and United States Ambassador to Sierra Leone re-echoed their commitment to peace, national cohesion, and the implementation on the electoral reforms of the Tripartite Committee and support to NEW.
What struck me was that I could look at the same Observer report from 2002, 2008, 2012, 2018, 2023, and the conclusions and the recommendations were identical. This is not a new problem we're dealing with.
Among the 80 recommendations, there was an urgent need for legal, institutional, and social reforms, including a vibrant civil society.
If we neglect our responsibility, future generations will hold us accountable for the period in Sierra Leone's political development when civil society movements failed to enhance the democratic space.
One, I think we have to admit that no one is right. None of us. If you say Lavali is right, that is wrong, this is right, that is wrong, I think it's the wrong trajectory. So, and we are all victims of manipulations.
National Coordinator IRN, Ransford Wright, and Public Relations Officer Slaj Omobakar said their institutions have played pivotal role in the country's elections, noting that vibrant democracy flourishes through open dialogue and collaborations. National Coordinator IRN, Ransford Wright, and Public Relations Officer Slaj Omobakar said their institutions have played pivotal role in the country's elections, noting that vibrant democracy flourishes through open dialogue and collaboration, underscoring the need for peace and not self-interest. Deputy Opposition Leader 2 in Parliament, Honorable Aaron Kuroma, said despite their party's strong condemnation on the outcome of the 2023 multi-tier elections, described the conference as marking a new effort to enhancing democracy and call for actions to deepen the country's democracy.
It is refreshing that today the National Elections Watch has brought all of us here to chart the way forward towards genuine electoral reforms, peace, and and national cohesion in Sierra Leone. This conference represents more than a forum for dialogue. It is a call to action, integrity, and honesty.
Chief Minister Dr. David Moini Nasenge commended President Bio for his commitment to electoral reforms, noting that creating the space without invectives and hate speech were a tenet of democracy.
As we come here to have genuine conversations of national cohesion, we must leave here understanding that genuine development, genuine cohesion will come from the fact that you can tell me, CM, you did this, and I can tell you back, no, I disagree. We have to normalize.
In the next 2 days, the conference will discuss issues on electoral management and institutional reforms, role of civil society organizations in promoting electoral reforms, and climax with a common civil society position. Ibrahim Samura, Freetown.
The Ministry of Environment, in collaboration with the Global Environment Facility and UNDP, has convened a workshop to validate the GIS draft report, which is designed to assess land use and land cover changes in the Western Area Peninsula National Park. The document is part of policy efforts to address the pressing challenges facing the park, which is a critical hub for biodiversity and essential ecosystem services. Esther Sako was part of the workshop and now reports.
The Western Area Peninsula National Park, which covers approximately 69,820 hectares, is part of the upper forests of Western Area biodiversity hotspots. The park is under severe threat from rampant deforestation, driven by agricultural encroachment, urban sprawl, and industrial activities. Project Coordinator Bintu Mosiri from the Ministry of Environment and Climate Change emphasized the alarming rates of deforestation and need for collaboration to restore the region.
One of the things that's why we are here today, we've done just to validate the GIS on land use and cover change, which the consultant is validating. We want to see what is happening, what has happened over time since the forest was, or the national park was declared as national park. Up to now, what is happening? We want to benchmark before ever we do sustainable integrated management.
According to the project consultant Joseph Mada Kande, the GIS draft report indicates that forest cover has declined significantly, with a 73.99% decrease in transitions from water to forest between 1974 to 2013 and 2013 to 2024.
That park provides 95% of Freetown's water. For the Guma Dam is situated there. So we are not very careful for we end up things. The water, the dam will disappear, people start building houses and other things there. So it's vital that we maintain the park.
Participants in the workshop raised urgent recommendations to ensure the protection of the Western Area Peninsula National Park.
You try to look at the barren land and the water body into clusters, into cluster zones in your map. So in these cluster zones, we want it to be in clusters to prioritize intervention according to the urgency of the state of each cluster.
Stakeholders stressed the necessity for immediate actions, including the announcement of policies that support restoration efforts and the importance of involving local communities in conservation strategies. Slbc News, Esther Sako reporting.
You're still watching news from the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation in Freetown. We continue with more stories. Ministry of Planning and Economic Development has met with representatives from ministries, departments, and agencies to make input to the draft revised National Public Investment Management Policy. Discussions were centered on integrating climate actions and gender mainstreaming in public investment programs. Joseph Turi tells us more.
The National Investment Management Policy was approved by Cabinet in September 2021. The document was designed to improve on the effective planning and efficient execution of public investment activities, with the ultimate aim of providing increased opportunities for economic growth and national development. It also advances government priorities, ensures value for money on public investment programs, and promotes socio-economic growth. A recent climate public investment management assessment jointly conducted by the government, the World Bank and the IMF recommended that the strategy be revised to integrate climate actions and gender mainstreaming in the public investment programs. It also called for streamlining the roles and responsibilities of the various national investment institutions.
Going forward now, all public investment projects that we do has to be climate smart. In other words, we have to see how they are resistant to climate and how they are adaptive to climate. In addition, we also have the elephant in the room, the elephant of mainstreaming gender. We want to ensure that whatever public investment decision that we do, gender issues are taken very seriously.
As government officials converged at the Foreign Service Academy to validate the document, it was anticipated that enormous benefits would be realized when it is approved by Cabinet. One key benefit was to provide room for capital budget discipline and strengthen micro-fiscal function.
We want really to ensure that we solicit the views of you, because the policy is not only meant for the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development, but it's a national policy that touches every nook and cranny of this country. So therefore, we are entreating you to give your critical views, your comments, so that at the end of the day, when this policy is finally synthesized and sanitized, it will stand the test of time.
It would also create the enabling environment for the government to improve on decision-making in national investment and tracks all its investment and provides oversight of the implementation of projects and utilization of facilities. It equally provides the basis for an efficient utilization of resources to enhance economic development. SLBC, Joseph Toure reporting.
Medical officer in Tonkolili has joined civil society activists in calling authorities to allocate a place for a district cemetery. Dr. Sir Augustine Jimesa said the lack of a burial ground in the district is putting extra constraints on the district medical team, especially during disease outbreaks. He made the call during the validation of the district development plan in Magboka. Suleiman Babatue has the story.
Despite the vast land available for any development, Tonkolili district, according to the district medical officer, still does not have a proper public cemetery. Dr. Sir Augustine Jimisa said the people have to rely on family graves to bury the dead. And this, he said, had some health implications because people have to exhume the remains of their loved ones for reburial when family members ask for their land. He also narrated their experience during the Ebola and Corona outbreaks.
I think one of the worst experiences we also had before this time, when I was previously here as a district medical officer during the Ebola outbreak, looking at the type of cemeteries we had, it wouldn't have been a good idea to bury our loved ones in those cemeteries because they are located within the communities, very, very close to some of the households. So we opted for an other land for us to bury those Ebola victims.
He therefore called on authorities of the district to take swift measures to address the issue. Deputy Chairman Tonkolili District Council Almami Kamara did confirm about the lack of a proper cemetery in the district, but he promised that they would address the issue.
As a council, we don't have the cemeteries we have in Maboka, to be specific. These are community cemeteries. These are community cemeteries. An individual may come, I'm going to buy this portion of land for burial, and the community will use those lands until they exhaust one other area that is from one family, but the community is also using that one. But we've also decided as a council to bought a vast area which we will prepare with time for burial.
The cemeteries and other issues relating to agriculture, water and education are featured strongly in the Tonkolili District Development Plan. SLBC News, Sulaiman Babatue reporting.
Following court orders, the Sierra Leone Association of Women in Journalism (SLAWIJ) has held its first annual general meeting on the theme Women in Journalism, Challenges and Opportunities. The event, held at Bank Complex Kingdom, also saw the election of new board of directors and regional coordinators of the association. While I was there and filed this report.
Women in journalism often face major challenges ranging from gender bias and discrimination, limited leadership opportunities, underrepresentation of women, sexual harassment and safety issues, to work balance with professional duties, and limited access to resources and training, among others. But in the midst of this appalling condition lie several opportunities for the advancement and professional growth for women.
Over the last 4 years, Young SLAWIJ has been a trusted partner for training and capacity building, awareness and empowerment, and an effective partner in tackling discrimination and violence against women. We are proud to have been able to play our small role in addressing these challenges, and we remain committed to the cause of women and girls in our society. In this first annual general meeting, we want to take the opportunity to reflect on challenges and opportunities facing women in journalism today. Although the number of women practicing journalism today has been encouraging as more young women enter the field, we must also pay attention to the good number of good women journalists who keep leading.
Keynote speaker of SLAWIJ's maiden AGM and Deputy Vice Chancellor of IPAM, Professor Marian Conte Morgan, emphasized on what she titled the 3 V's for advancement and professional growth for women in journalism: voice, visibility, and viability.
So stories about women are hardly seen in newspapers, and this is a global report. So when you come to a situation, and that the countries that were surveyed, the papers looked at developing and developed countries. So I can just imagine if somebody were to do a thesis on that in Sierra Leone. I did a quick count of papers that I had in front of me as I was putting this together, my notes together. I will not give the names of the papers on there. So in all 16 pages of one of them, there were only 2 stories about women. Now let's look at viability. We all know, I don't need to say it, that the media landscape, the ecosystem, everywhere, at all the touch points, except for news gathering, all of these are male-dominated. They tend to be women unfriendly, and it stands to reason that growth, professional growth of women is stifled.
Other guest speakers, including the chairman, Independent Media Commission, Joseph Kapoa, highlighted the crucial role of women in journalism and reiterated the IMC's commitment to promoting press freedom, gender equality, and ensuring women's voices in the media are heard. The association also held elections for new directors and regional coordinators, ushering the then interim executives Millicent Kagbo as the new executive president, Aminata Findamasakoy as director of programs, Martha Kagbo as director of public relations, and Abibatu Kamara as director of finance, among others. Financial statements were read by the company's auditors, and several motions and resolutions were adopted. The meeting was adjourned to next year same time.
The Sierra Leone Association of Women in Journalism is a national media association established in 2020 as a company limited by guarantee with the core aim of promoting the welfare of female journalists in Sierra Leone. SLBC News, Cecilia Alice Sise. The Eva Austin Preparatory School located at Thunderhill has celebrated its 35th anniversary. According to a former pupil, Alhaji Kame, this was the first anniversary celebration the school has hosted in over 3 decades. Our intern Aneta Kolka reports.
The school has produced successful alumni who are in various fields of human endeavor since it was founded in 1989. The 35th anniversary celebration is meant to recognize the hard work of staff and old pupils of the school. Supervisor of Eva Hosting, James Kanu, used the celebration to commend the staff whom he said must continue to fulfill their duties and maintain the school standards. Former head boy was impressed that the school was hosting such an event for the first time, which he said was a testament to their success story in various fields.
This is not something that we've been doing over the years, but last year we discussed with the school management, and I say we, the whole pupils, and we agreed that we should celebrate the 35 years anniversary of the school. So today we are here at the school grounds to launch the commencement of the celebrations, which of course is a mark of appreciation that we want to show to the teachers, the school administration, but also celebrate the school's success over the years. We have just started the celebrations today. After today's
other alumni encouraged current pupils to contribute to the growth and development of the school in the future. They also urged teachers to remain dedicated to the vision of the school.
In complementing the government's feed salon agenda, the Bure Agricultural Rural Development Project in Bure Chiefdom, Potloko District has conducted the second phase of 750 acres of cassava farm. The project, which is sponsored by Manuel Camara based in the USA, has provided job opportunity for over 300 youths from different villages in Bure Chiefdom. I report to Christina Kamara has more.
The Bure Agricultural Rural Development Project is a good manifestation of the Feed Salon program, bringing together communities in Bure Chiefdom, Potloko District. It is providing jobs and livelihoods for hundreds of young people and women in over 11 communities in Bure Chiefdom. On a day as this, almost all active men and women turn up to work on the Bure Agricultural Rural Development farms, which mostly depend on community labor. Abdullah Kagbo and Kadiatu Kamara said the project has had tremendous impact on their lives and other people by providing jobs and making their communities food secured in just 2 years.
Project here don't make me. Right now, I get me complete the whole reform them club there. They make them box, they put money where they make fun for me for this project here. And Emmanuel in the support we parent club they make club where company they work even within the map so now we company the club they will get and then they can plant so they make fun then they give you money for that.
The entire community they benefit from this work. We get different people that will can work here with the benefits too from this project here. With the youth man then different youth man they cause about them different things them. But since this project don't be around me now, no they don't stop for happen. Because the youth man they can work now when they give benefits too from the project now when they survive with their family. So we tell Allah thank you.
The Bure Agricultural Rural Development Project started in 2023. It is funded by Emmanuel Camara, a native of Potloko, based in the United States. Project coordinator Abdul Kemo Sise said Bure Agricultural Rural Development has the biggest cassava project in Potloko, adding that they have identified the tuber as a cash crop that they can process into different products like gari, flour and starch for consumption in Potloko and beyond. However, Mr. Sise admitted that this will not be realized without the support from government.
Now we need a help from government, supporting the project with the money
and we need a factory. All those involve money. So that's why we are calling on His Excellency the President, retired Brigadier Julius Madabio, that the Bure Agricultural Rural Development Project is doing marvelous job in this chiefdom, part of Sierra Leone and part of the district. We need the intervention of the international donor partners so that they can come into our aid. We are responsible for these communities, as you can see them at the back. This is not just for today. Every Saturday, these guys are here.
This year, the community is cultivating a further 350 acres, making it 700 stretch acres of cassava under the second phase of the project. According to projections, Sierra Leoneans are set to consume 1.6 million metric tons of cassava by 2026. SLBC News are in Freetown. Christiana Kamari reporting.
The Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone ECSL has put on hold the conduct of the by-election for Chairman Kenema District Council pending hearing and determination of the matter before the High Court of Sierra Leone. The decision by ECSL was as a result of controversies that have surrounded the process following the death of the Kenema District Council. Away from that, charting a way forward to better improve the higher education landscape was the theme of the Higher Education Town Hall meeting organized by the Ministry of Information and Civic Education. However, the students who are the users of the services the universities produce think the service do match current trends, which is impending on the quality of products the universities have been producing. This discovery was made to the SLBC whilst gauging the level of satisfaction students get during their time in universities. Our interns Salisha Sise and Sunet Basi compiled this report and heard in the studio by Christiana Kamara.
According to Alan Bloom, quality education is the movement from darkness to light, but such movements in Sierra Leone seem to be challenging as students were dissatisfied with the services they have been getting in universities. A second-year student of Adult Education, Division of Extramural Studies, Thomas Tambasandi, expressed dissatisfaction for not benefiting for some of the services he has been paying for, including student ID card, access to internet facilities, among others.
Based on what they tell we now that we forget access to Wi-Fi. Now the university is network safe sometimes in a problem. We forget access to computer, nothing like that. So we know they get actually what we deserve. Also, transportation for come up for Abbey College is a very, very big challenge. You can attest. You have done the year how students they died down this hill per Okada because we they rush. One Okada man will take 2-3 students because the students them just want to go. Transportation is also a very big challenge on the shores of Abbey College.
CSCC, a second-year law student at Frabe College, expressed concerns over persistent missing, late grades, and inadequate hostel accommodation.
The hostel will accommodate everybody, so still transportation are one key reason, and of course, late grades, missing grades. These are issues that we will face. I will pray, it don't happen before, and it still happen. I will pray and strive for covering.
Also, a diploma student at Frabe College, Kumba Siafa, seemed frustrated over the increments of fees, especially for diploma students.
Well, if I go get mine for pay for the quality of education, like we forget some facilities at the university. Like when fees they go up, so you know nice. Because if the fees they go up, I will get about 7 students who left the course because of fees go up. We try to confuse them, these go to church, men and ask for help. Some man say no get her, wait till they need. And when fees they go up, as for now, diploma student, by then when I come from a college, we pay 4,053,000. Now, diploma students will pay close to 6 to 7 million.
However, an IPAM student, Sam Ayongai, was satisfied with the level and quality of education he has been receiving.
Like the lecturers, they're friendly, then they lecture on time, then come on time, and they make sure students spend them 2 hours with them for spend. It makes sure students give assignment to them for give, and also then they encourage you for study more for exam, then they encourage you not to for spy, because if they catch you to spy, definitely they get for us to get you. So in that area are satisfied. Other areas then they like the internet, I know there are some challenges but inside then they work on them actually. But like the services they really they try.
Students are, however, hopeful for concrete actions to address their concerns that will create a pathway for a brighter tertiary education in the nation.
Whereas parents have expressed willingness to pay for quality education whilst calling on government to improve facilities and conditions at higher institutions of learning. Aneta Kolka and Ejina Koma compiled this report and aired in the studio by Christiana Kamara.
While some may think that education is expensive, however, many parents have expressed willingness to pay for quality education, but emphasize the need for governments to improve facilities and support lecturers. Makeup artist Rosalind Fatmata Sise believes that quality education is essential for children, adding that if such quality is injected into the university system, they as parents are willing to pay the cost.
The standard of education is very, very tough. Right now, we on days the road don't meet up. It's not easy for we the young one there at all, because we they go with a lot of constraints then, the lecturers then, the lapses, and so I don't know.
A businesswoman, Mayeli Conte, believes that quality education is a major enhancer to our children's success and express willingness to pay any amount of money for our children to get quality education.
So me, I not agree for that. For all people in the talk say, then they put money per education. Me, I not mind, I not wear, I not mind, I not dress, I not mind, I not get nothing. But pass, I get what I eat for the day, and I will take me athlete to a pamper education because I value education in my life. I know say I'm success.
The willingness exhibited by parents clearly show that they recognize that quality education is in no way expensive and call on governments to take action to improve facilities and conditions in higher institutions of learning.
Well, it's now time for our business updates.
To Business Updates, the segment that brings you the latest on market updates and analysis on the economy. I am Moses Conte. In today's edition, SLBC takes a look at the current state of residents and businessmen who were affected during the Bo biggest palm body market fire outbreak. This was prior to the disappointment they faced by authorities after the incident and the current dilapidating state of the Bo palm body market. They are calling on government for immediate response to their present state. We now bring you update on the foreign exchange rates from the Bank of Sierra Leone.
It's over 1 year 6 months since the sudden occurrence at Bo Pambodi Market fire incident. Affected people, residents and business people are yet to witness government intervention to change their present state. It could be recalled that on the 24th of March 2023, a mysterious fire engulfed multiple stalls and shops, inflicting extensive damage at Bo biggest Pambodi Market. This incident left many residents displaced while businesses were destroyed. Usman Koroma, a shop owner, said life hasn't been going on well since that incident, adding that he couldn't retrieve any of those items in the store. He was promised to be assisted by some government authorities, but he had not received any since then. He is now calling on government for help.
Since that time when this place before, we get people that way we can't interview the right names. Since then, we don't get nothing yet. Up to date, we don't get no help.
Me where they talk so me fertilizer we burn here is over 40 bags. We be they expect government for assist me. They still appeal to them. At least make them count to it. Let them know say something don't happen to me. When somebody gets small thing, he done in hand for me start and kind of life back. You know, that then get for no. Since where this thing be happen, no help. We just the struggle. Now that struggle is still the one.
Molai Kouma, who was considered as the most affected person, said he lost over millions of worth of items, including other microcredit funds. He said he is yet to receive any support since they were promised.
Really, we are happy towards government because no say now the only program will help we towards the condition that without government, any Soviet organization and we will help you know part of the now. We will get no other next possible. We really appeal to government for letting help with all this condition. Exactly towards this microcredit issue, we don't go too off.
Currently, the structure at the market still remains in a dilapidating state, which poses serious threat not only to those occupying its catchment, but also neighboring business people. Considering current economic challenge in the country, the need for government intervention to rehabilitate the already destroyed structure is of essence to put the traders back on their feet.
For SLBC, Moses Conte.
Thanks for watching.
Well, from the business updates, let's now go for entertainment news.
Hello and welcome to Entertainment News with me, Sulaiman Babature. In this edition of Entertainment News, Big Joe releases a brand new song titled Fen Money Make Woman Fen You, and 8 housemates make it to the Big Brother Naija finals. Now, one of Sierra Leone's finest old school artists, Jonathan Bia, aka Big Joe, has released a brand new song he titled Fen Money Make Woman Fen You. In an interview with SLBC Entertainment Desk, the singer said he did the song to advocate for women, as he has always been doing, and also for the good of men. Here is the report. Big Joe, Mr. Turn to Me, who has been dashing us with quality hit songs like Sweet Mother, Turn to Me, Woman I Love You, Nayud Kakam So, and more, has released another hit titled Fen Money Make Woman Fen You.
Fen money make woman fen you, money no daylight. Ah, brother, eh. Money no daylight. Fen money make woman fen you, money no daylight. Papa, money no daylight. Fen money make woman fen you, money no daylight. Ah, brother, money no daylight.
Like he has always been doing, the star said he sang the song for the good of both men and women.
Money not they bring peace, money not they bring happiness, but they bring comfort. Very important. I can always tell people and say, love is beautiful, but money is powerful. You always should also. If you get a choice for choose between two men, one they spend and they see to all you need them, the other one just we talk in the car, I love you. You get a 60% tendency for swerve over outside, they make you feel comfortable. Understand? And that's just life. And the more of the story is, besides woman, fen money for your comfort. Fen money for what you want and what you don't want. Fen money. But it's been a slogan around over the years. And a slogan what only we most people don't sabi. Fair money, let woman fen you. Fair money, let woman fen you. But nobody never throw light on or never bring account to light. And when maybe they grow up as a kid, money was really playing a lot of factor in relationship. Nowadays it does. You take your test to that. Dragman, person of Jagaban, they raise per woman.
The song is on all social media platforms. Big Joe said they were on promotions and they will see how far the song goes before thinking about a show. And now, it's the final run for the Big Brother Naija Season 9 cash prize. Of course, after evictions 8 housemates make it to the finals. Among the finalists were Wani, Oyeka, Anita, Nelly, Kelly Ray, Soj, Oze, and Victoria. Of course, on Sunday, 3 of the housemates were evicted from the Big Brother house, and they were Cassia, Ose, and Tofa. Who is going to cash out the grand prize? We know the race is tough, but one of them is definitely going to take home the grand prize. Well, good for them. And that's all we have for this edition of Entertainment News with me, Sulaiman Babature. Thanks for watching.
Many thanks to our entertainment desk for that update. From there, we move over to the latest in sports.
Hello and welcome to Sports Update News. I am your presenter, Esther Marie Samoa. In this edition of the Sport News, the Minister of Sport, Augusta James Temer, and the NSA boss have informed the public about their progress and vision for sport in Sierra Leone at the weekly press briefing of the Ministry of Information and Civic Education. The Football Association President, Thomas Daddy Bremer, also said his leadership has achieved a lot within 3 years. Here is the report.
Minister of Sport Augusta James Temer, while giving an overview of the current state of sport in the country, noted that when she took over, her vision was to take sport to a higher level, and that, according to her, was going as planned. She cited recent or ongoing facelift to football infrastructures and trend in competitions. These achievements, she noted, were not limited to football, but extends to other sporting disciplines. She said a lot has been achieved within the shortest possible time, with various disciplines bringing home laurels. Executive Director of the National Sports Authority, Dr. Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi, said when he also took over, he prioritized infrastructure and as well as inclusive governance structures within sporting disciplines, as to avoid the so many skirmishes within those disciplines. The NSA boss also talks about their aim of ensuring all sport activities are visible across Sierra Leone, and further disclosed that for the first time, Sierra Leone has been given the green light to serve as the host headquarters for traditional sport. Dr. Abdullahi reiterated that there were plans to introduce and revive sport into the school systems, among others. President of the Sierra Leone Football Association, Thomas Daddy Bremer, said he was able to foster total peace within the football family, which, according to him, has promoted huge developments in football. He furthered that they have conducted all regional elections with the exception of one district. The SLFA Code of Ethics has been reviewed, awaiting Congress approval. Mr. Bremer informed The Guardian that the league is being played in all categories locally, and that has earned Sierra Leone qualification to the 2025 Under-20 African Cup of Nations. The chairman of the Sierra Leone Premier League Board, Victor Louis, said the 2023-2024 league season was a success, even though they faced some challenges. Victor Louis noted that monies for the Premier League champions and the runners-up will be available before the start of the league. The 2024-2025 Premier League season is expected to commence at the end of this month. On Louis' controversial reappointment, the president said they will settle the disagreements with his executive amicably. On the rehabilitation of the stadium, the minister said the stadium will be ready in the next 1 year. Esther Marie Samoa, SLBC.
Well, that's it for Sports Updates on News. I have been your host, Esther Marie Samoa, saying goodbye. Keep watching TSLBC.
Many thanks to our sports desk for that update, and that's all in this edition of the news. Now, before we close, let's take our top stories again. As part of Observation Breast Cancer Awareness Month, founder and director of Thinking Pink Breast Cancer Foundation has called on women to go for breast cancer screening. Kenema Parkinson Pratt said breast disease is becoming prevalent now among women, especially youth, while urging the early detection saves lives. Civil society activists in Moyamba district have raised concern over the prevalence of maternal mortality rate and called for urgent action to tackle the situation. And National Elections Watch is hosting a national civil society conference on mobilizing the civil society towards genuine electoral reforms, peace, and national cohesion in Sierra Leone. Well, that's the end of the news from the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation in Freetown. Thanks for watching, and do continue to stay tuned to the public broadcaster, the SLBC. More stories will pop up in our 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. editions of News Hour. Coming up next is Good Morning Sierra Leone with Emmanuel Samoa and Esther Sako. My name is Cecilia Alice, wishing you a lovely day. Goodbye.
Life no go ever sweet without that thing what we call love. Now that make
Love Factor a very good program where any big person can look and enjoy.
Now the kind of program we for spend time for watch. Now the kind of program we for spend time for sit down for look.
And this program it mean I don't learn for my and I wonder you say life.
The Love Factor show is about family, love,